Hello, this is Justine Pollard and welcome to my February Smart Trading Newsletter video update. You may notice a big change with the look and feel already with this video. I've finally gone mobile friendly with my website. It's been a long time coming, but I much prefer to trade and teach than work on my website, so I had to put some focus on doing this as my old web platform was no longer going to be supported, so it gave me that big kick up the backside to make the effort to change. And the good news is, it's now all completed. As part of the many changes, there's also some big changes to my programs and course offerings that I want to share with you. But before I do, I just need to remind you that I'm not licensed to provide any personal investment advice. This video and all the charts and trades I share are for illustrative purposes only, and I'm just showing you how I view the current market and sharing this with you. Now, the big change I'm implementing this year is to put full effort into supporting my Smart Trading Mastermind clients. A lot of you are on my free mailing list, and I have provided so much valuable information in my market newsletters for a long time. And certain free assets that you have been receiving are being taken in-house and will now only be made available to members of my Smart Traders Mastermind program. And one of these is my monthly market video updates. This market video is being ramped up into a more detailed video and is now for members only. Because it's my members that are clients that have completed my training courses and they understand my trading systems, and it's important that they see how I'm regularly implementing my systems into the market all the time. I will still continue to send out general list members suggestions and tips in a monthly newsletter, but not the detailed market video updates like you have been receiving to date. I know this decision may disappoint many of you who look forward to my monthly video updates, but these were all to encourage you to purchase my mentor course and become a Mastermind member and get the real lasting help. So the majority of my efforts now belong to those who are members and have completed my Ultimate Smart Traders Mentor course and understand my trading strategies. So my Mastermind members not only will get a detailed market video that will be 25 to 30 minutes in length each month, they'll also get several webinars personally with me throughout the year, including a live trading webinar, and they get access to an exclusive discussion forum where I continue to update them throughout the month, and they can also communicate with other Mastermind members as well. So that's our support community. So the question now becomes, how do you become a Mastermind member? You have to have completed my Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course. Previously, this was called the Smart Trading Plan and System Development course, but the name was just too long, so I have shortened it. So anyone that purchases this course automatically receives 1 year's membership to the Mastermind program, and they can then renew each year thereafter. Or if you've already purchased this course in the past, you can join any time. All you have to do is log into the course and go to My Profile and the Add Renew button, and you can add on the Mastermind membership. And you're best to do this before 1 March as the price is rising on the Mastermind program. So you do have that short window of opportunity available this week to join if you haven't already joined. So let's move on over to Metastock, and I'll give you an update on some of the trades I shared with you previously in last month's newsletter. So this will be the last update video that you will receive of this caliber. So on the screen here is the ASX 200. I mean, it's a pretty sad looking chart. We've had the nice uptrend in here where it really trended up in a beautiful channel for some time. It's broken down, it's consolidated sideways, and it's managed to make new lows. Now it's trying to get back above, but if it's going to continue to trend down, we're going to get these rises and these falls happening in the market. And you can see the downtrend line that has started to develop from this high here, touching here, and touching here in this sideways, and it's moved lower. So what you're getting in a downtrend is you're getting lower lows and higher lows being created. So we have had another new low recently. There is another swing move up, and with my swing trading system I can take advantage of swing moves up, and I can also take advantage of these swing moves down. And if we click on the daily chart, you can see that sideways trend in there. I've just lost that downtrend arrow, it's not showing, so I just need to shorten it a little bit. So let's go back to that daily chart, and there you go, you can see it in more detail, that fall in there and that consolidation and that break of new lows again. So at the moment the ASX 200 market is definitely looking unhealthy, and I've got a mix of short trades and a couple of long trades in there, but I have mostly been short of late in the market with my daily swing trading system. Now the US markets, let's go over to their markets now. They're just holding their support level. All the world markets around the world are breaking to new lows, but the US market's managing to just hold and keep testing this support level. While it has broken its long-term uptrend line, it has developed quite a support around the 1800 level. So that's quite a key point. If we go to the daily chart, you can see how it's come back down, and it's had those touches in the past, and it's come right back down to it now, and it's bouncing with another swing move. So it's really going to be interesting to see what unfolds in the US markets and see whether any new lows give way like the rest of the world has been doing, or it could just manage to go sideways for a year. Who knows? So if we go back to the weekly chart, at the moment it's still churning sideways, and I'm keeping my eye on this support level. So let's have an update on some of my trades. With the downfall in the Aussie market, I have had some stops hit with my weekly long-term system. This trade here is Estia Health, and I've been sharing this one in my market video updates. I bought into it back in July, and it moved quite nicely, and my stop loss continued to move up. I kept my stop loss a little bit lower under the 650 mark, and I was taken out on the 9th of February at $6.48. It has moved lower since then, but I'm not in this trade anymore. And it is looking unhealthy, so I'm happy to be out of this trade. So I held that trade all of 193 days. It was a 5.8% return on the total trade size. I mean, you might say, well, that's not very much, but hey, it's better than having my money in a bank account. I think you're lucky to get about 2.5% interest on the bank account these days. So it was a small win in there. Now, along with this one, I have been stopped out of another weekly trade, and this one has been a baby of mine. I entered into this one, which is Surtax Medical, back on the 14th of May. It had been in a beautiful uptrend for a long time prior to this, and I had missed this run. And then wham bam, it had this huge fall, which was a complete overreaction, and then it started trending again. And that's when I moved into the market with this one. And it moved all the way back up to its highs of $40, managed to break through, and that's when I pyramided and bought some more, but unfortunately it couldn't hold $40 by the end of each week, and tested it many times. If you go to the daily chart, you'll see how it's broken through that $40 mark many times, but it's always ended the week lower. So on the weekly chart, it's closed lower. I tightened my stop loss up when it started to have difficulty staying above the $40 mark, and then I was stopped out of the trade. So unfortunately, I didn't make any money on the pyramid position. But my strategy is to build into winning positions, and this share could have gone to $60, it could have gone to $80. It's a healthcare stock. We've seen a lot of healthcare stocks do wonderful things in the market. So for me, it's all a matter of following my trading plan, and that's exactly what I did with this trade. I held this trade for 249 trade days. I made a 17.5% return on the total trade size, and I did receive a dividend in there as well. Now, if I hadn't have pyramided, yes, I would have made a bigger return on my money, but that was a risk I was prepared to take. I was prepared to risk some profits to possibly make some more profits, but that doesn't always happen. But I will never put myself into a losing situation to buy more. I will always wait until I'm in a profitable situation before I add to a trade, and that's what I did in this case. So while I have been stopped out of a few weekly long-term trades, if an opportunity still shows up, I will still enter into one, and one did show up in my market scan just recently. This share here I opened on the 11th of February. It had broken to new highs. It came up in my weekly scan on the week prior, on the 5th of February. So that was when I ran my market scan across the Aussie Core 300 stocks, and it came up in that list. I then viewed all the charts, and this one met my visual criteria, so I entered into it. And I'm still in that trade now, and I have my stop loss set. So this is a brand new weekly trade that is now open. And once I'm in a trade, it's just all about the trade management. Anybody can buy a share, but it's how you manage the share after that makes you successful in the market. And that's such an important part of my trading plan, and I have a very strong focus on that in all the courses that I teach. So as well as my weekly long-term system, I have my daily swing trading system. Now, sometimes I will get signals with both systems, but I decide at the time whether my view is to hold a particular share for the long term or take a swing move within an already trending share. And because this particular share had gone sideways for the last year period and it had a breakout to new highs again, I like this for a long-term trade. So when it comes to swing trading, this is the system that I can trade both long and short in direction. And I've had a few short trades of recent. Some have been stopped out, some are still open and running. So here's a short trade I've had on Macquarie Bank. I took a short trade on the 3rd of February at 68.32 when it broke through this support area. And you can see where it tested this support area in the past and it broke through it. Now, I was getting a few signals prior to that and I could have entered in at any time, but when I had that clear break I entered in. It moved down very strongly, but has since rebounded and my stop loss has been hit. So nice short trade there, held for all of 15 trade days, just a swing trade, 4.37% on the total trade size. As it was a margin CFD trade with a 5% outlay, that was 86% on the margin amount. So I have a couple of other short trades running as well, so I'll just close that down. Here's a short trade that I have open. This one came up in my trading system on this day. I ran my scan, it came up, I liked what I saw. It's clearly broken through a support line, so I've entered short on this one. This trade's still open and running. It's had a pullback. I'm not concerned because my stop loss isn't hit and it's above this support line that it broke through. So what I'm looking for is this support now will become resistance to the share price if it's going to continue to trend lower. If it's not, my stop loss is in place and I will be taken out of the trade. So I'll just close that down. Another short trade that I entered into yesterday is this one here. This share had fallen very heavily and I hadn't entered into it previously because it had been going sideways between about $22 and $18.50 mark. And when it broke through, it was too big a break and too big a volatility move for me to enter into it when it came up in the scan. So the next signal I got was yesterday when it came up in my scan. It had clearly had that retracement. It's gotten back up to the support level that it broke through and looks like it's getting resistance. Now's my opportunity to get in with this one with a short trade. So I liked what I saw when it came up in my scan yesterday. So I entered into this trade with a short signal and entered in at $17.33. And once again, it's all about money management from here on in. But as well as the short trades I've had running, there is the odd long trade that's been coming up with my swing trading system, because there has been some healthy shares that have really come down to some key support areas and they have managed to bounce instead of breaking through. So let me share one of those trades with you now. This is one I entered into on the 15th of February at 57.39. I'll just put my stop loss on the chart. So there you go, my stop loss is on the chart and I'm already managing this in my Smart Trade Tracker spreadsheet. So if you zoom out, you can see this has been a beautiful healthy share of the past, got up to highs of $70 and been zigzagging around and built up some nice support around the $56 mark. And it's managed to bounce off this $56 mark and hasn't broken through like many other shares have broken support levels. I liked what I saw, so I entered into it. And my plan is to have a swing trade on this and keep my eye on it, especially if it does manage to get back to its resistance level of the past. And if there's any form of weakness there, then I will simply exit based on an aggressive exit strategy. But no matter what, my trailing stop loss indicator rules, and if that is hit first, I'm out of the market. So that's pretty much a rundown of a selection of trades that I've had open in the market and stops have been hit, and new trades that I have opened with my long-term weekly system and my medium-term daily swing trading system. So I have had a few long-term trades go with that weekly system with the market downturn, and that's to be expected. I mean, when the GFC hit, I had nothing left with my weekly system and it sat in cash for a year and a half, but I was being given no signals, where at the moment I'm still getting some powerful signals showing up in that scan. And if they match all my trading rules, I will still take on board a new trade, but I become very fussy as we're not in a strong bull market at the moment, so I will have some of this system sitting in cash as well, because if the market's not strong, I just won't be getting the opportunities. But in the meantime, my medium-term daily swing trading, which trades both long and short in direction, is always active. And that's the one that I run a scan on each day in the markets. So the products and courses that I have available are now just down to a small selection. I have a Smart Charting 101 online course, so if you're new to charting and you want to know how to read charts, then that's the course for you. That comes with a comprehensive charting handbook that takes you through in detail everything you need to know about technical analysis, and there's 10 supporting videos on key chapters in that handbook. Plus there's my Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course, and that's the one where you learn all about my trading systems and strategies, and you get a year's membership to my Mastermind program. That's my mentor course where I teach everything with you that I do in the stock market. Then I've got my Smart Trade Tracker spreadsheet, which is what I personally use to track and manage all my trades in the market. Because in order to be a successful trader, you need a good record keeping structure. There's no doubt about that. You need to know where all your trades are sitting in the market all the time. And also it evaluates my performance as a trader as well. Then I've got my Maximising Metastock online course. So for any clients using Metastock, I guide them through getting this set up exactly the same way that I use it. Now, not all my clients have Metastock, so when I teach my trading systems, I explain what each line of my Metastock code means so they can code it into their trading systems. I've had other clients using Amy Broker and Bull Charts, and they've coded my systems into their charting software. And there's plenty of other charting software out there. Metastock is just my chosen one. Plus, there's my Smart Traders Mastermind program, which is that ongoing support program for all my clients. And in order to be part of that program, you have to have completed the Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course. And this is where I continue to support them. And that's the program that's being upgraded, so they will now get a very detailed market video update each month. Plus a whole lot more, which I've already covered in this video. Plus, you've also got my book, Smart Trading Plans, because it's so important that you spend that time to write a trading plan. So many traders put it off. And it's actually one of the top 10 key mistakes that new traders make. So head on over to my website now, because I have released a new free special report which is all about those top 10 mistakes that new traders make. So it's worth downloading, because maybe you're making some of these mistakes in your trading right now, and maybe this report will help identify some of these mistakes for you and you can make some changes in your trading. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact details are in the Contact Us area of my website. Goodbye for now.